All right, hey, what's up, guys? Coach Mac, Play Fast Football. All right, going to do a quick video today on how we run our 20 personnel duo play versus tight front stuff, and what we would try and do, or how we would try and kind of manipulate what we're doing to carry that play versus the tight front. Make sure you check out some of our sponsors, GameStrat. In the description box below, there'll be a link down there that you can click on. It takes you directly to their website. It's the sideline replay system that we use. We absolutely love it. So if you're not happy with yours and you're looking for highly reliable, highly affordable sideline replay system, check out GameStrat. DifferenceUSA, the ultimate striking machine. Elbows in, thumbs up, proper eye placement, hand placement, coming out of a stance, uncoiling of the hips. All the things you need to do in the offseason without needing a partner to hold a bag or a med ball. You can do them right in your weight room, so check out DifferenceUSA. Check out JustPlayFB, which is the digital software I use to diagram plays for webinars or any clinics that I'm going to speak at, so make sure you check out JustPlayFB. All right, so if you've watched some of the stuff that I've done before, you'll know that we carry a version of the duo play. We carry it out of 20 personnel. We carry it out of 10 personnel. All the duo purists out there that are NFL guys or big tight end compressed set guys with multiple tight ends and tight end wings that are going to wash and mash the whole thing down. We run our version, or my version of the duo play. Here's why I think you can do it. All right, it's basically, in layman terms, it's power without a puller, so it's a gap scheme without a puller wrapping for an inside linebacker. So we make it a gap scheme that we read. We make it a gap scheme that we kind of lock the front and insert a guy. It's our answer to a read version of inside zone, and since we were more of a gap team, instead of us carrying inside zone, we carry a version of the duo play. Again, not the version of the duo play that most of the purists out there that might study Jim McNally or NFL duo type of runs with tight ends and wings and compressed sets, and ours is more of an RPO triple option type deal, but it can be done. You can do it. There are people out there that are going to tell you you can't do it. We've done it from 10 personnel. We've done it from 20 personnel. We've done it a lot of different ways. So I'm going to show you how we would do it if we were expecting a lot of tight front, or if somebody was playing tight front against us. So when teams are playing tight front, we're talking about teams that are playing with 2-4 eyes, all right, in a, it could be 3-3 personnel. Today I'm going to look at it from 3-4 personnel, but they're playing with 2-4 eyes, usually a head-up nose that's going to play either front side of blocks or back side of blocks. Possibly that nose could get into a shade and really allow the defense to, a lot of times in 3x1 or some other sets where the mic or somebody needs to remove a little bit, you can put the shade there so that the A gap and the B gap on the front side are closed. But today we're going to talk about it with a head-up nose and 3-4 personnel, and one of the two things that I would do if we were running a duo play versus a tight front. First of all, something you got to understand about the tight front. You need to have things in your offense that you can carry that are going to work against a tight front. You can't make up plays that week because you're playing a tight front team. If you have to make plays up that you like versus a tight front, then you may need to wrinkle the everyday offense that you run, because if your everyday offense doesn't have plays that you carry in it that your kids can run every week based on the fronts and the defenses that you're getting, then you need to put some other things in your offense and consider them base plays for you, because I am not a fan of drawing up new plays every week based on the front that we see. I am not a fan on making a lot of rule changes for my offensive linemen up front based on the front that we see. I want our kids to have rules that they know that they can follow, they can execute, and then I want to wrinkle the game plan off of that to come up with things that might be good against certain fronts, certain coverages, or certain looks. I don't want new plays drawn up to put in that week because we like them against the tight front. So if we were going to run our duo play for us, the way we think, or the way I think as an offensive coordinator, in today's world with RPOs, I'm always trying to get, in our 20 personnel looks, I'm trying to block 6-on-6, and I'm trying to RPO off 7, gift or access off of what might be 8. So I'm always looking for ways that I can block 6 players, all right? If I'm going to triple option something, then it may be a way that I can block 5, read 6, and then throw off a 7, all right? So I'm going to give you 2 versions of it today. For me, when we are going to RPO something, all right, or in general, when we are facing a 3-4 personnel team that has the ability to send the 4th rusher, okay, I like to, for us in our gap scheme, I like to run the ball away from the 4th rusher so that in our duo scheme we can account for the 4th rusher coming off the edge, all right? And there's going to be people that say that, they want to do it a different way, albeit it's your offense, you got the marker, you got the pen, you do what you want to do. This is just how I think. I like to try and figure out where the 4th rusher is coming. Does he come from the weak side? Does he come from the boundary a bunch? Where is he coming from? Because I need to equate for that guy, especially in the RPO game. So I'll draw the RPO up first. So for me, when I'm running duo, what I want to do is I want to run it to the Twins receivers. All right, and instead of us, because we're not a multiple tight end, 11, 12 personnel team with condensed flanks, because we're not going to maul everything down and make it jump cut out to a corner, all right, what I want to do is I want to RPO off of that overhang linebacker. And to the Twins, I want to see if that overhang linebacker in their 3-4 system is a guy that's going to drop or apex more than he is going to rush. And if the jack on the weak side, all right, or maybe the will, whoever the fourth rusher, I want to see who the fourth rusher is going to be. So for argument's sake today, I'm going to talk about the fourth rusher or the guy we're going to count for being from the weak side or the side that the jack is on. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to keep our same rules, all right, we're going to keep the same rules on our duo play. The only slight wrinkle, based on the odd front, the only slight wrinkle that we may get now is we may make the double team on the front side go from the nose to the will instead of doubling the 4 to the Mike. If it was true duo, and again, if this was a true duo scheme, we would double the front side here to the Mike. Okay, the issue that we would be left with is how are we going to handle the backside nose, 4-eye, and will, and can they do anything with the jack coming off the edge? So the slight wrinkle that we're going to make is we're going to keep it a gap scheme, but we're going to push the ID back against the tight front, just one more guy on the front side, so that we still gap down for the tackle. Okay, we still gap down for the tackle, we still gap down for the guard if he's uncovered, but we're going to try and work the nose back to the will. We're going to try and work the 4-eye back to the jack. We're going to put the sniffer arc released tight, almost as if he was a tight end, to pick up the Mike. We're going to put the ball on the front side A gap, and we are going to assume, based on the front, now here's the big deal that you got to look at. For us, if we are going to wrinkle it to block it this way, and again, like I said, I like to keep the rules as conducive as possible for everybody so that there aren't many changes to the plays that we run. Okay, so the only wrinkle that I would look at making first is to ID this tight front, a backer, one further back, get the double from the front side so we have angles there, account for the jack on the back side so we have angles and leverage there. Now what we need is we need to wash the 4-eye down, and the tailback has to understand that this ball is probably going to jump cut behind the 4-eye because we are not scooping the 4-eye, we're blocking the 4-eye down. Now, we are going to assume that the Mike is not a front side plugger. We're going to assume that the Mike, hold on one second. All right, still good. We are going to assume that the Mike with the tight front on flow at him is going to be an over-the-top fitter. So that we are going to arc release the sniffer out to the Mike, and we're going to try and get the ball to jump cut behind the 4-eye because we're not going to get leverage inside the 4-eye. We're going to block him down. So we're not going to get leverage inside the 4-eye. So we got to understand that we can't cut off the 4-eye unless he just, all right, stunts outside and maybe they're gap exchanging, which they may do. But we probably aren't going to get leverage, so most of the time we are going to try and jump cut this ball out behind the 4-eye and get the ball behind the sniffer, who is going to arc release to take care of the Mike. Okay, and then we are going to run corner by 2, fin by 1, and if the Sam's in the fit, we're going to try and throw the fin route to number 1. So we're going to get the ball to bounce outside the 4-eye, we're going to account for the Mike running over the top, and then instead of us condensing the flank or washing everything down and bouncing the ball to a corner like the NFL teams would do, we're going to read the apex linebacker so that if the ball bounces to him and he's in the fit, we're going to throw the fin. If he's out of the fit, then we're going to give the tailback a little bit of room to run. Okay? Traditionally, here's where, part of the issue occurs with the duo play is if we wanted to block it traditionally, we would have to double the front side to the Mike. Okay? Double the front side to the Mike. Now we've got to try and cut off the backside, or we've got to leave the nose soloed with the center, double the 4-eye up to the will, and now the jack's going to be unaccounted for, so we either need to run the play to where we read the jack or RPO off the jack, but for us, all right, it's something that we have got to take a look at. where we understand, all right, sorry guys, having some camera issues. All right, we are still good. So we have to understand how to account for the jack. If we're going to account for the 5 in the box with our 5 by blocking duo, all right, like the normal duo theory, what we could do is we could take that sniffer now, and we could take the sniffer to the backside to account for the jack, and now we can run the same duo theory, get the double where we want it, still RPO off the Sam. So I think you can do it both ways. I think you can do it as a base duo theory, leaving the center on the nose by himself. Okay, I think you can double the front side and double the back side. All right, and put the sniffer back towards the jack. Honestly, guys, you can do it however you want. However you do it, though, if you don't have success, you're going to have people that tell you that's why the NFL runs it this way and you should run it a certain way. I'm a firm believer that if you like something and you wrinkle it to fit your kids, all right, and you can find a way to be successful, then go ahead and do it. So we could do it either way. What we're assuming on the first way, and I'll just show you what we're assuming on the first way. We're trying to get a double on the nose because in high school the nose can be a player on your center in a shotgun that can cause you a lot of grief. So we're trying to take the angle of the down block on the 4i and live with that. We're trying to get the double on the nose back to the will to give us a double on the nose but good angles on the will. We're trying to work out to the 4i and the jack so that we secure the backside of the QB to throw the RPO. But here's what we're banking on. I'm banking on the fact that the nose is either hopefully a backdoor A-gap player, so that the backside will linebacker is an over-the-top A-gap player, and the Mike is a player that's going to go outside the 4i is what I'm banking on, because if we get any type of 4i movement with a Mike plug, it's really not a good play. If we were getting that or expecting that, we'd have to make it an insert play where we put the sniffer up inside the Mike, all right? And we could widen the sniffer a little bit and read it out to see if the 4i's inside, we release here. If the 4i spikes, all right, we can kind of collect and go back under for the Mike. All right, but again, those are all things that you got to build into the game plan, then you got to build in adjustments and wrinkles and how much can your kids really execute. So what we're banking on right now is with no stunts, no movement, we get the angle on the 4i to kind of pin him down. How good our kid is and their kid is depends on how much movement we get. We get the nose doubled. We're hoping the nose is a backside behind the head of the center player so that if he falls behind the double team, the will's going to run over the top, which will make the Mike go over the top, because we really don't like the scheme if the Mike is a plugger. And when they're playing tight front, I don't think on gap action at him, the Mike's going to be a plugger. I think he's going to go over the top, because the reason they're playing the tight front is they're trying to get everything to kind of go one gap further. So if they're going to play, all right, the tight front, I don't think that the Mike is going to be a plugger. If he is, then we would have to look at wrinkling and maybe ISOing the Mike with the sniffer if he's going to plug, because this is not a good scheme to block down, all right? Or if the end comes out and the Mike plugs, we don't have a very good play, so we would have to make some wrinkles based on that. The other thing we can do is we can just make it a triple option theory to where when the ball bounces, the quarterback is going to read. So sticking with the same way that we had that block there, all right, working back that way. Now we can take the sniffer and arc for the Mike, and now the Q can become the bounce. So the quarterback becomes the bounce of the duo play, and now we can go, all right, fast hands and feet, stand up the field 3, then work out to block the corner, and now we can go duo read, have the quarterback, if he's reading off the Mike or if he's reading, all right, C-gap, if the quarterback pulls, he can either give the ball in the A-gap that's going to bounce behind it, or if he pulls, he can now take the ball to the perimeter, and he can triple option off the Sam player. The Sam player now becomes the pitch player, and now we get ourselves into a situation where we are throwing a stand-up screen off the pitch player, or you could possibly, I could see where people would look at the numbers and say, hey, let's work the sniffer out to the Sam. Let's work the sniffer out to the Sam, and let's read off the Mike so that if the Mike plugs, the Q pulls. If the Mike is over the top, the Q gives to the tailback who's got to bounce back behind the 4i. And now this way, if the Mike plugs and we pull and we block the Sam, now we might be able to get to where we can option a third level player. Okay, so when you're looking at the tight front, you got to understand, what do you do in your offense? How do you do it in your offense? Don't create brand new running plays every week you see a new front. Try and figure out a way to take your plays and fit them to the front you're seeing. If you can avoid major overhauls to the scheme, avoid it. Slight wrinkles like maybe IDing it different and pushing the duo ID back one backer and making the center go to a backside linebacker, all right, or I'm sorry, the front side double team with the center. All right, work to a backside linebacker instead of maybe the front side double on a 3, going to the play side linebacker. Whatever you need to slight wrinkle, do it without major overhauls. Do it without installing brand new runs versus the tight front that week because you love them versus tight front. If you're going to see tight front and there's certain runs that you love, carry those in your package and make them more of a part of your base offense. All right, and then figure out where they're sending the fourth, what they're trying to do with coverage. And for us, it's always trying to get 6 hats on 6 hats, RPO off 7, access throw off 8, or triple option off of 7, key screens or pitches, whatever the personnel we have in. So just make sure you understand what you're trying to do with your base runs, how you're trying to do it. This is a short, condensed version of things we could do off our duo play. All right, it's not, again, number 1, it's not the duo you see in the NFL. I never said it was. Number 2, it's my version of how we like to use the duo play in our offense. Number 3, it's all doable if you figure out what fits your kids and if you had success. So a couple years ago, we ran duo all the time, had a lot of success, rushed for 380 yards a game. It's not a problem. This year we didn't run the ball as well. All of a sudden, duo is not a good play out of 20 or 10 personnel because it's not truly duo. Bottom line is there is no true one thing or the other. It's a gap scheme with no puller. It is what it is. You can look at it the way the NFL does and run it with tight ends and condensed fronts. You can look at it in a Y-off so you can wash down a 7 or a 6 technique. You can look at it however you want to look at it. It's our version of the play. And that's the greatest thing about football is you can take something you like and put a spin on it. Okay? Remember to check out the community that we got going on. You can now be a member on the YouTube site. Members get exclusive community privileges, shout-outs. You get, when we start doing live chats that we're going to start doing a lot next year, you can super chat in a live chat so that your chat, with a monetary donation, your chat in the super chat of the live chat will always be up there for everybody to see. Why would you be making a donation to the channel? Because you like the content and you want the content to get better. So if you want me to have a better camera, better lighting, better situation so that I'm not in front of a whiteboard by myself shooting the video, if you donate, all right, to the channel because you like the channel, all right, you can have or help us get some things like better cameras, better lighting systems, better backdrop to shoot the videos. You're doing something because you like the channel, you like the content. The free YouTube channel is never going away, so don't think that I'm going away from what I do with free videos. That's not the case. Also in the community section, we have merchandise now that's up. You can play fast t-shirts, hoodies. There's a tank top. I think there's a coffee mug. There's some stickers. So check out the community section for membership and for merchandise. Also check out some of our other sponsors like Defensive Coordinator 1, which is an in-game app that allows you to make critical in-game adjustments based on live actual in-game data. So it lets you make adjustments based on plays that are actually being run. And then as always, Dome Hats, which is the major sponsor. That's our black Play Fast Football hat. Major sponsor of Play Fast Football. They'll be at the Play Fast Clinic sponsoring the lunch, January 24th, 25th, 26th. Every hat is a story. Help Dome, help you tell your story. Yeah, custom online hat builder where you can generate the hat any way you want. Change the panel color, change the lid, top side, bottom side, make it a sandwich in the middle, change the button up top, change the color of the eyelets, put your logo on it. Great custom online hat builder. Make sure you check out Dome Hats with everything that they do. We appreciate everything that Dome Hats does for us. All right, so remember, check out the membership section, check out the merchandise section. As always, click the subscribe button, click the notifications bell so you know every time we do a video on YouTube, you know when it comes out. Thumbs up, thumbs down, like, don't like the video. Interaction is always great so we know what direction to go with future videos. Comment in the comment section. I reply to about 99% of every comment that comes in, so please comment and let us know how you feel about the videos or videos you'd like to see in the future. First Play Fast Football Clinic ever is happening January 24th, 25th, 26th, St. Augustine, Florida, right on the ocean, right on the beach at the Embassy Suites. You can go to www.playfastfbclinic.com. That's playfastfbclinic.com to check out the first ever Play Fast Football Clinic. I apologize for my phone going off in the background. I did not have it on silent, so it is going off. That's my phone. 24 hours a day, 9 million text messages, 9 million things going on with other people texting, whether it's important or not important, but that's my phone all the time. Sorry it wasn't on silent in the background. All right, but thanks for everything you guys do. I appreciate it. All right, thanks for being part of the Play Fast community. Make sure you check out the new stuff we got going on. Remember, you won't play well until you play fast. I'll see you guys next time.